That's the bottom line. That's as stripped down as you can get it. You're a Buddha, but you don't feel like a Buddha. Am I right? You don't feel like a Buddha. Why? Why don't you? You are a Buddha. Why don't you feel like a Buddha? Because of ignorance. So, what's ignorance? Ignorance is not seeing what's really there. That's what ignorance is. Okay? So it's quite obvious then that the way to work with the ignorance is to start seeing what's really there. And so for that, basically, you just sit quietly and look at what's happening in your mind. You can close your eyes for this. Look at what's happening in your mind. This ability to see what's happening is called luminosity, because it's a bit like having a torch that lights up a completely dark room. So that's the first thing to know, is that we have this ability to see. Now the next thing is, now that you're aware of this luminosity, what is it aware of? What's happening in your mind? A whole stream of things appears. Unless you're in deep meditation, a whole stream of things appears. And each day, and sometimes so quickly. 1/60th of that. So appears very, very quickly. And the other thing you notice is that whatever appears, something else pushes it out. Do you know? So something appears in your mind, and next thing something else appears, and this one's gone, you know? So something appears, you know, and then something else appears. Then something else appears, right? That nothing lasts very long. It's as though there's a huge space out of which anything can appear and into which they dissolve and disappear. Spaciousness. That's really how it is. And you should know that there is nothing that you can encounter that is outside of this luminous spaciousness. That luminous spaciousness is actually the mind of Buddha. Your mind. And apart from seeing like this, there's nothing extra needed. there actually isn't anything you can hold on to. So why bother? Release. Just present. Not doing anything, not trying anything. Present in luminous openness. Of course you get carried away, you get stuck, get caught in the thoughts. Of course that happens. But there's a secret. The ignorance has come back, but it's temporary. It's not part of it. When you see the ignorance, you're no longer ignorant. It's not part of it. All you need to do is release the grasping. Present, being luminous, open. So sometimes you're present and sometimes you're not. You don't have to fight anything. When you realize you're not present, it's already gone. How was that?
Simple.
That's my middle name. Isn't it amazing that all those books, there's tons of them up there, all those books, all those ideas, all those teachings, the whole that, it all comes down to something very, very simple. How things actually. And you notice when you sit like this, not alone do you get to see your mind, you, not alone do you get to see you, you also get to see the nature of all experience. Just a few little things. Do you understand? There was something that maybe I should have brought out a bit more. But again, it's 5 minutes it, so 5 minutes and then that's it. Like everything you experience is simply that. It's simply this luminosity and things appearing and dissolving in this enormous space, in this openness. Everything. Everything. Okay. I can see it's had an effect on me. It's funny, Actually, I'll shut up in a minute. Actually, the commentator. You have this. You might think it's you. You have this voice going off in your head, commenting on everything. Like I can remember, as a child, and maybe a little bit longer as well. To remember as a child, there was no televisions; it was all radio. So they would have a football match on the radio. Now, you might, if you were young enough, you would think, how could you do that? So there'd be somebody going, and so did so-and-so, and it's a goal! And people would be, like this commentary that's going on. Me hollow here, one of my favourite, I'll stop. And so sometimes actually when you're like this and you're just this luminous openness, the conversation stops. The commentary stops for a little while. And then you are who you actually are, without all this judgment. It's like this, it's like that. Okay? So anybody who needs to get their shopping done and stuff like that, I'll say goodbye and have a lovely Easter break.